Hello everyone, and welcome to my Anti-Alisa guide. She is quite hated in Season 3, and it's because she's the strongest female character at the moment, and people don't understand how to deal with her chainsaw stance. First of all, we will go over some of her gimmicks, because she can be very annoying in low-level gameplay. Then I will talk a little bit about her key tools, and explain how they work and how to deal with them. We will talk about the Anti-Alisa game plan and how to move against her. And lastly, I will show you how to beat chainsaw stance. And in fact, it's quite easy to beat if you understand how the stance works. Timestamps for everything will be linked down below in the description. I tried to make this guide as simple and as effective as possible. And with that being said, let's jump into the video. So her gimmicks are quite easy to beat. Her gimmicks revolve mostly around really bad strings that are easy to deal with, because Alisa is not a string heavy character like Katarina, for example. So many of her strings only have one extension, so they are really predictable and easy to beat. I'll show a couple of these right now. Gimmick number 1. Back 3+4, 3+4. The first hit is launch punishable, the second hit is really plus on block. Here you can launch punish the first hit and sidestep the extension, and ideally you can find a punisher that punishes the first hit and floats the extension at the same time. That's how you shut down this string. Forward, forward, 2, 3 is another useless string that is only used in combos. In this string, you duck the second hit or punish the third hit. Easy. Her wall standing 2 is unsafe as well, and if the Alisa player decides to fly, then you get an even better punisher afterwards. 1-2-2 is another string dumb Alisa players love to spam. Low parry the last hit. There is no mix up to it. Punish forward 1+2, it has nothing to do in the neutral outside of punishment or as a follow-up for hits. Up forward 3-2 is like a hop kick. Here you have to punish the second hit, or you can sidestep it. She can just do the first hit or fly after the first hit, but these options are absolutely trash. Her hop kick is -13 like most hop kicks, but this one forces crouch on block, so if you have a strong 13 frame punisher, use it. Forward 1+2 is a combo ender, it has nothing to do in the neutral, launch punish it. Her forward 2 is a good poke on its own, but you can duck the second hit and punish the third hit. There are more strings like this, but you can find out how to beat them on your own. Just look up her frame data and test out your punishers in practice mode. Sometimes we have to lab our matchups. Now let's move on to the second part of this guide. I'm gonna talk about legit Alisa strategies of good Alisa players and how to counter them. So Alisa in general is a great keep out character. She has great tracking on her pokes. She has great pokes in general, good keep out tools. I mean, she has a 13 frame counter hit launching magic 4 that is homing. She has back 3 is a good homing move, so don't try to overpower her at range 0. Down back 3 is a really annoying low poke that's quite quick. It high crushes, tracks to one side, and goes to full crouch to set up her full crouch game, but it's also minus on hit. So don't let any dumb Alisa players keep pressuring you after down back 3. Interrupt them. Her down 3 is a super long ranged low that it counter hit launches and has great pulse range on hits, so be careful with pressing buttons. This move has an aerial state, so you can jab her out of it, and she can crush your lows. And I'm pretty sure at some frames she even high crushes with this move. It goes to her backup stance, which we will talk about later, and can set up her full crouch game, which is super important with these plus frames. What you can do is block punish it or even low parry it, because the punisher can vary depending on range. Sometimes you will not be able to launch punish it on block. And at distance you can just sidewalk it, because in sidewalk left is a go-to strategy at mid-range versus Alisa. And then she has down back 4, her online sweep. Don't try to stand up after getting hit by down back 4, because she has guaranteed follow-ups in that case. And at the wall she gets a guaranteed crouch cancel down to 4 no matter what you do. So yeah, it's annoying. The good news is it's launch punishable on block and it's seeable. So if you can react to the animation in time, there's no reason for you to duck versus Alisa at the wall. So if she tries to mix you up with down back 4 and mids, she's gonna have a hard time. Alisa players love mixing up down back 4 at the wall with back 2-4. Hit confirmable mid-high string. Here you have to duck the second hit or use something like a duck jab to crush it. If she uses only the first hit, then punish it. It also has a mid version, which is also unsafe, punish that. Unfortunately, both extensions counter hit launch because it's Alisa and she's the strongest female character in the game, and there's nothing you can do about it. She also has 2-3-3, a 12 frame high mid-mid natural string on counter hit to shut you down real quick if you decide to press buttons at the wall. Punish the last hit or the second hit if she doesn't continue the string. Remember how I told you she has backup stance from down 3? Well, let's talk about the stance a little more. Don't worry, she has like 4 moves from that stance only. Most importantly, she can go to full crouch if she holds down. It has evasion, which can really blow you up at the wall, and you don't want that. She can enter backup stance from boot stance, which is the flying stance, and we will talk about it later. Backup 1 is a +4 on block high that wall splats. It is the only backup move you need to worry about. You don't want to challenge this on block because you don't want to eat a magic 4. Backup 2 is a gimmicky unblockable high, just ducking on reaction. It's a mix up to backup 1. And backup 4 is an evasive knee launcher that has crap range, so our guy Super Akuma will tell you what to do. Just backdash. Alisa has a pretty good full crouch game as well. She can enter full crouch manually or from pokes such as her down 3 or back 1, which is a super important quick mid poke for her, as well as from down back 3 or from a duck jab. Obviously if you block any of these moves, don't let her mix you up, and especially not after down back 3, since as we said, it's minus on hit. The low is pretty cheap, +5 on hit, only -11 on block. It has some tracking as far as I know, and it goes to chainsaws as well, so, you know, scary. And she can mix it up with wall standing 1+2, which is a homing mid, and she can hold the wall standing 1+2 for a longer time, and the charged 1+2 is plus on block and is a launcher. Trying to step her full crouch game is probably not smart. Alisa has a wall running mix-up with wall running 2, a plus on block high that deals a lot of damage. You really don't want to get hit by this, and the mid option is safe. You can sidewalk left to avoid having to guess between these two options. Sidewalk left also works well against boot stance and dual boot stance, the flying stances. So as you can see, she has great tracking up close, but not so much at range. This is why a lot of players tend to backdash against Alisa and then sidewalk at range. One other common strat against Alisa is random one jabs, because this floats her running options as well as her boot and dual boot options. This is really effective versus the flying stances because the moves take a while to come out, but her running attacks can be really fast, so there's a greater risk of getting counter hit by Alisa if you don't time the jab correctly. She can go to backup stance from boot to avoid retaliation, or try to crush your jab with boot and dual boot 3, which is a counter hit launching low with evasive properties. Make sure you low parry or block and punish this low correctly. It's -14 on block. Now let's move on to the reason why you're watching this guide, which is probably her chainsaws. Her main chainsaw transitions have great frames on hit. Watch out for these. 1-1 and 3-2 are both +5 on hit punishers. Full crouch down forward 1+2 is also +5 on hit. Forward 2 is a mid poke that leads to chainsaws. And she even has combo enders that transition into chainsaws. Her power crush is even scarier. +8 on hit, wall splats, is -13 on block, and she has the same power crush from chainsaw stance as well. So remember that this is one of her defensive options with chainsaws. Most moves in this stance have great frames, and you need to know the frames of these moves in order to react to them accordingly. The stance has some weaknesses as well that we will have to make use of. I'll explain everything. The Alisa player can step forward, backwards, sidestep to each side, but she cannot sidewalk, nor backdash, nor dash forward. If she tries to dash forward, she starts flying, and if she tries to backdash, she flips backwards, and both of these options are floatable. She also has a super sidestep with up 3+4 and down 3+4. This avoids a lot of stuff, but it has a really long recovery time, so you can dash forward and launch her. Or you can use a tracking move to catch the super sidestep. She has a wall bounce to whiff punish you with after a successful up 3+4. This can interrupt you if you aren't precise enough with your dash forward launch. If you ever block this, punish it. It's -13 on block. Our main goal versus the stance is to either hit Alisa with something or even make her block something. This will immediately put her out of the stance. Tiny pokes such as one jabs, duck jabs, down fours, but mainly one jabs are all you need versus this stance. Use especially one jabs, since they have fast recovery on whiff, so you are less likely to get whiff punished by up 3+4 wall bounce. And Alisa cannot duck the jab in chainsaw stance. So her options here are limited. She can try to step it, or avoid it with up 3+4, high crush it with one of the lows in the stance, power crush through it, which is not always possible. Many moves in this stance are about -9 to -8 on block. At these frames, she cannot sidestep, nor power crush, nor crush at a one jab. This means if you ever block a move with such frames, there's nothing she can do against you. Alisa's fastest chainsaw attack is 12 frames fast, and that's forward 1. It's a +2 on block 12 frames fast high. It's like a chainsaw jab. I suggest you to check out the frames of her chainsaw moves, but I will talk about a couple of them right now. She has decent tracking options with chainsaws as well. 1+2 is a 16 frame high homing move that tail spins is 0 on block, so she doesn't lose her momentum and you should be scared. Back 2-1 is a mid-mid safe string with excellent tracking. She does only the first hit, then punish it because it's unsafe, and if she does the whole string, it's -8 on block, so take your turn. She is an orbital to avoid duck jabs and lows, but it's -9 on block, so take your turn. 1 is a 14 frame mid that will work as a frame trap after transitions that are +5 and more on hit, but it's -9 on block, so take your turn. If you ever get hit by this, a side roll right will avoid the otherwise guaranteed follow-up. Forward 1+2 is a +7 on block mid launcher for a 74-point combo damage, but it has crappy range. You should be scared though if the Alisa player makes you block this. Her boot stance with chainsaw stance is called dual boot stance, but she also has dual boot 1 and dual boot 1+2. You should try to sidewalk this stance, but you should be very scared if you block dual boot 1 because it's +9 on block and around +11 on hit. Dual boot 1+2 is a 0 on block mid, not as scary as dual boot 1, but still decent. And that's gonna be it for today's video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below if you found this video helpful, or join my Discord channel and my Twitch channel if you wanna hang out or have more questions, or you can ask them in the comments down below as well. The links for all my social media are down below in the description as well. Now go and whack an Alisa in ranked, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.